Hey, crafty friends, it's Andrea from Prairie Sky DIY, your Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in Manitoba, Canada. Throwback Friday. This is a new set. We're actually going to use the Heartfelt Sympathy for this one. And I pulled out Lovely as a Tree. It is my all-time favorite set, and I know a lot of you probably still have it in your stash. So I have got, well, we're going to use the flip side of that piece now, aren't we? Very Vanilla, Early Espresso, and Garden Green for our layers. And I've got my Stampin Blends pulled out over there. We are just going to ink up our very well loved tree with some Memento. And we're just going to make a whole bunch of dabby, dotty type things with our blends. Slightly terrified that's going to come off the end. To create our leaves. So straight up, straight down. Put that over there. We're going to use the Memento for our sentiment as well. So the colors I've got Mossy Meadow, Granny Apple, and Old Olive. And I'm just going to take the brush tip and just kind of dot it all over the place with our blends. I am totally doing this on the fly here. And we're just going to keep layering the colors until it looks how we want it to look. I've actually never done this technique with this stamp set before. I usually just leave it as the naked trees, but today, actually, I think we're going to color the grass as well. Today, I kind of felt like we needed to grasp onto almost summer and give these trees some leaves. And the great thing about this one too is that you can do fall colors. You can do, oops, that leaf's gone a little bit on its own. And you can make it really suit the season that you're in. If you really wanted to have apple trees, you could even add a few little red dots. Actually, this Lost Lagoon is looking a lot more blue than it is green on this. It's all right. We'll make it work. Okay, and then we're going to fill it in. It's looking a little bit dark, so we'll add a little bit more Granny Apple. Granny Apple is probably one of my favorite greens. There we go. And we're just going to kind of fill in the white spots. It doesn't have to be perfect. This is kind of an abstract-y look anyway. Wow, I really am making up all the words today, aren't I? So you can use this technique with any tree stamp that you have. You can even draw your own tree if you're so inclined. I'm not really artistically inclined. That's why I stamp. I mean, I can do stuff, but it's not my, drawing is not my forte. All right, and then we're just going to go and fill in the grassy areas here as well. And again, we're good, kind of abstract looking. And Old Olive, which is actually another favorite green of mine. I really should have had a, this isn't going to show, so we're just going to put this guy underneath just to protect my work surface here a little bit. There we go. All right. Excuse me. So fairly quick and easy. Actually, I'm not really liking that Lost Lagoon very much at the moment. So we're just going to kind of go over, what is this one? Old Olive. I'm just going to kind of go all over the Lost Lagoon and kind of blend it in a little bit better. There we go. I have two gigantic trees outside of my craft room, which I absolutely love. But right now they are creating quite a few shadows on my desk. Okay, heartfelt sympathy. Actually, you know what? I was going to switch up the color and do one of the greens, but I think we're going to stick with black for this one. And then I'm also going to pull in, actually, this is the first time I've stamped with this, so we're going to stamp it a couple of times because sometimes there's a little bit of a residue left from the manufacturing process. So we want to make sure that we're actually getting a good impression. There we go. We're just going to stamp that there. Pull this guy off, put it back. And then I'll wash it when I'm done. Okay, we're done with the ink pad. We're going to put that off to the side. We're done with that. Now we're going to layer up. I forgot to grab a card base. And I've just been prepping for a yard. Oh, good. I do have some very vanilla, so I'll just quickly create my base here, or my card front, and then I'll grab some vanilla to create a base. So when you're creating your card base, I actually like to, score and then cut. So score it in two. So either 4 1/4 by 5 1/2, or so score at 4 1/4 or flip it and score at 5 1/2. I like to do a couple of scores just to make sure that it's going to crease well, and then cut it at 5 1/2, and then we have our two bases. And what is with all of the wayward ink today? I've had a few questions too, and actually I answered this question a couple of weeks ago in my newsletter. So if you don't get my newsletter, I send it out twice a week usually. So you can subscribe down below for all kinds of tips, tricks, ideas, and hacks. So you want to crease or fold it so that the valley, so the part that goes like this, is at the top of your card. It will give you a nice deep crease and a nice crisp fold, and also your card will lay flat. Okay, so we're going to do this. We're going to grab this, and then we're going to add our layer of garden green. Oops. So I like to line it up as well at the spine of my card and then bring it down, because that way, if anything is not quite, oh, that didn't quite cut straight. If anything's not exactly straight on your card, you can always give it a bit of a trim, and then everything will be exactly perfect as you need it. Or not, depending on the look you're going for. Okay, so there's our base. Our edges are nice and clean now. You can pop it up on dimensionals, or you can just lay it flat with the tape. I'm actually going to lay it flat with the tape. Make sure you've got your, and I'm going to kind of aim it. My friend Angie and I have been talking about the stamp set a lot lately, which is why it was kind of in my head and I wanted to pull it out today. Now, no, it's all the way over there. Let's see if I can reach my take your pick without wrecking my desk. There we go. All right, so this is the Basic Grain Smoky Slate Pearls. I think we're going to use the Smoky Slate. Where's that Basic Gray? I'm really not sure which is which on this card, actually. And we're just going to do 3 down the edge. And there you have it, our Flashback Friday card with Lovely as a Tree. I hope you enjoyed hanging out with me for a little bit. As always, thank you so much for watching the video. If you do try this, remember you don't have to do it with exactly everything that I used. Feel free to use what you have in your stash. I will see you again really soon. Have a great day.